to the stage. Thank you very much.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. What a warm welcome. Thank you so much, Andre. Such an honor and pleasure to be here. I'm very excited, and yes, I do approach life with a lot of enthusiasm. My work too. Yes, I need this. And so, having said that, I need to say that when the going gets tough, really truly the tough get going. So for marketing, honestly and truly speaking, I think these are very, very trying times. I cannot overemphasize what has been said in the last day and earlier on today about how technology has become disruptive. And I'm not going to touch much on that because Dion Chang is here to share a lot of insights about that. But I think segmentation, if you look at South Africa in particular, the LSMs used to be the guiding tool that we use in South Africa. We used to look at how consumers buy products and services based on income, education level, where they live. We've got the millennials, I think that's me, Generation X, maybe Andre, Generation Y, and that is overcomplicating how we should be segmenting the market. But furthermore, you look at health and nutrition, which has become more and more important. How do you position your product to the benefit of your business? How do you achieve your bottom line? You've got the paleo diet, you've got banting, which is causing us a lot of headaches in the potato industry. You've got the Mediterranean diet. So segmenting, I think, has become one of the biggest challenges for the potato industry, and I think for marketing in its entirety. Then you've got perceptions and attitudes. Perceptions are mainly informed by what we see, what we hear, what we touch, what we taste. Potatoes, for the longest of time, have had a negative rep. They still continue to be negatively perceived by the majority of South African. I think even outside, globally as well, perceptions have a negative reputation as being fattening and unhealthy, but that is not true. And I think the biggest challenge facing the potato industry in South Africa is how do you position potatoes positively in such a way that it creates a positive disposition towards buying the product. And I think that's where we need to try harder to manage perceptions so that we can have a positive attitude towards the product. But I think in the next slide I will show what I think seems to be the biggest contributor to why potatoes are being perceived as fattening, unhealthy, the belly of a plate. Cost of living is rising in South Africa. Petrol prices have gone up, electricity has gone up, VAT, value-added tax, has gone up as well. So there is a serious cost squeeze for the end consumer. And in fact, recent reports show that consumers are spending most of their money on dry groceries. So again, where does that place fresh produce and particularly potatoes? And I want to say lastly, the challenge that I see also as most pressing. For the longest time, I've always advocated that, but I think context is key. In South Africa, where we have 11 spoken languages, many traditions which are very rich, cultures that are very flavorful, we need to be very mindful about the content that we create. We need to make sure that the context resonates with our targeted audiences. For potatoes, I think the battle for share of plate continues. As you've seen in the video, potatoes are the fourth most significant crop in the world, making them the #1 vegetable in the world and in South Africa. So as a vegetable, potatoes are really being consumed. But growth has to be intentional. I really truly believe that potato South Africa, to grow its market share locally and abroad, we need to start positioning potatoes potatoes as a carbohydrate as well. Funny enough, when you ask consumers, they do know that potatoes are a carb. But breakfast, toast takes the cup. Lunch, then bread takes the cup. Supper, place race, and we are the balls. So potatoes are a perfect side. We love potatoes as a side. But I think with our recent endorsement by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa, where potatoes have been endorsed as a product that can be incorporated in the management of cardiovascular disease, we have a good chance of really now getting the message out and making sure that we win the battle of share of plate potatoes as the main carb on a plate. And this is an ad I'm going to show, which we've been airing recently, and this is how we're trying to reposition potatoes as a carb. But again, I think potatoes are a vegetable, a carb, I'm not sure if it's a chasm or a blessing. The South African Food-Based Dietary Guidelines prescribe that South Africans should make statutory foods the basis of all their meals, and South Africans must eat fresh fruit and vegetable on a daily basis. And the backdrop of rising costs, isn't it that we should start positioning potatoes as your two-in-one? You know, your hunger-busting hero, that solution to your cost squeeze challenge. And this is how we're trying to do it.
Il nostro cibo è tutto sapore e finezza. Ogni sforzo alla volta rende il cibo salutare e gusto. 卡在健康树中找到安慰，掌握了专业，饮食的艺术。De la nourriture pour toutes les occasions. Alors qu'on se lance, le pomme de terre, on cherche super. Potatoes are great in any language. And the kids love them too.
Always fresh and always in season. Potatoes, goodness from the ground.
Indeed, potatoes are the underground hidden treasure. And I think I'd like to say in conclusion, we are very intentional about growing potato industry in our country. And one of the things we've had to do to make sure that we achieve that, we've had to ask ourselves, what do we want to do? Where do we see ourselves? And how are we going to get there? And in the last couple of years, I must tell you that the marketing mission has actually interchanged between inform, educate, inspire, inform. And we've had to do some soul searching and make sure that our mission is very properly developed. And I think when I say that, I mean that you cannot begin to educate or give moral, social, intellectual instructions to anyone if you have not established rapport with them or have established a relationship that is a feel-good one. So that's what we want to do with our targeted audiences. We want to establish a feel-good relationship that will enable us to communicate nutritional messages that will inspire them to go out in jobs and support our product, thereby increasing per capita consumption in the country. And obviously we'll be doing this to attract new customers, locally and abroad, to retain existing ones. And retaining the existing ones, consistency will have to be the name of the game. Installing tight measurement controls will have to be, what we do. We need to walk the talk. When we say potatoes can mash, can boil, can bake, we have to make sure that when the consumer buys that product, it delivers on what is communicated. But ultimately, we want to grow the industry. And our value proposition to South Africa and outside is classic goodness of the year. But I don't want to waste too much time. As mentioned, we have a very distinguished guest, and Andrea is going to come up and introduce him. But please do follow us. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Potatoes South Africa. We've got a lot of exciting, factual, fun content that you can use in your daily lives, and hopefully you can help us to boost per capita consumption in the country. Thank you.
as well today. Because the issue is not where we are today, the issue is where will we be in 10, 15 years from now. And it's, if you look at the people that write about strategic thinking and all of that, they clearly articulate that strategic, when you do strategy and all of that, that is not a particular framework. It's a process of thinking continuously of where you are going. And that is what Immaculate has also mentioned during her presentation. So the challenge for us in the potato industry, and I take it for all the other fresh produce industries, are where will we be in 10, 15 years from now? And we got a lot of good presentations, inspiring presentations over the last 2 days of what will be the factors that will change that. But I think when I read Dion's short CV to you, you will see also why we want him to come and address us. He's regarded as an innovator, a creative thinker, walking ideas bank, a professional cage rattler. And this morning when I met Dion, he said, today I'm going to rattle the cage. And that is what we want, because that will open up our minds, it will stimulate our thinking over the coming years to what awaits us in the next 10 to 15 years. He owns a company called Flux Trends. He does trend analysis internationally, understanding the consumer mindset, identifying unexpected business opportunities with shifting trends, and here comes the important part, ensuring that global trends have relevance when translated for African and South African businesses. And I think that is really important in understanding that, bringing the proverbial tack it to the tar at the end of the day. He's also a well-known writer, presenter, and he also hosts several radio programs. And he's also a lecturer on trends as business strategy at some of our leading universities, UCT's Graduate School of Business, the Gibbs Institute, and also Duke CE. Dion, I'm delighted to introduce you to the audience, and please come to the podium.
Thank you, Andre, and good afternoon, everybody. I just want to get this set up and just make sure this is on. A lot of people say, so what do you do if, as a futurist? So the short answer is not only am I going to rattle your cages, but I want to make you think differently, and that's really the gist of it. We understand disruption in every single industry, and a lot of people to see what's lost. I see a lot of opportunities. So what I'm going to take you through today is just not only the impact of the first wave of disruption. So you're saying, what is there another wave? Yes, there's already a second wave of disruption. And when I speak to a lot of companies, especially corporate companies, when they say they've got this plan to digitalize by 2020 or something like that, my heart really sinks, because that should have started a decade ago. So if you're still in that process, you've got a lot of catching up to do. Once we go through that, and what I've done and what Immaculate's asked me today is just to combine a whole lot of things. So some of the previous speakers have spoken about changing consumer mindset, urbanization, different ways of technology with farming, all of those kind of things. So try to combine the whole thing. But I think what I really want to illustrate today is take you out of just the fresh produce sector and look at the entire retail sector. At the end of last year, we released a trend report, the new rules of retail, once more with feeling. And what we did was we looked at the whole value chain of where retail was going, and specifically food retail was one area that kept popping up onto the radar. And I think in a disruptive era, it is very much, you're putting yourself at huge risk if you don't understand the broader picture, especially of where the end customer is going. Because if you are in retail, you understand that that end customer is leading all the time with technology. So you need to follow that customer and find out where they're going, because otherwise you will literally be left in the eating dust back. So when I lecture at the different business colleges, I quote a writer called Aaron Dignan, and he talks about the new ways of companies working, more agile way of doing it. And he talks about people, process, and product. But he talks mostly about the first generation, these new companies with the first generation of responsive organizations. So what does that mean to be a responsive organization? So I'm going to throw you into the very near future, and I have Jakob to thank for that, because he showed you Amazon Go. If you hadn't seen Amazon Go, and some people in the corner where I was sitting were going, wow, that's amazing. But the video I want to show you is taking Amazon Go one step further already. So if you thought Amazon Go was the best thing since sliced potatoes, then this is coming to near you. So it's saying, so what happens if you take that concept that Amazon's working on, which is RFID chips, radio identification frequency chips, but you bring the on-demand economy on top of that. So a year ago, just over a year ago, this was beta testing in Shanghai, in China. So it is an on-demand super rate that you find on an app with that same Amazon Go technology. So it's not commercially available, but this is where we're heading, and this is a glimpse of the future of retail. Because if your spaza shop came hurtling down the street in your neighborhood, it might be quite terrifying to see that. But the reason why I want to show you that is how fast that works. So that was beta testing in July. In January this year, that first real Amazon Go store opened in Seattle, and then this happened simultaneously. So this was at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, one of the largest ones in the world, and Toyota unveiled this concept. So it's taking that driverless concept one step further, and these are modular components. So you could use it for transportation, you could use it for a mobile coffee shop, you could use it for a local grocery store. You can see there's a small pizza delivery one there. But what is significant about this is what other companies signed on to this. So that's always my indicator of judging a trend and how seriously big businesses actually take it. So in January, these companies signed up with Toyota. Amazon, Didi, which is a ride-sharing service in China. So if we think Uber is really the great thing, which I do, Didi handles 400 million rides per day in China, just to give you an idea of the scale. Mazda signed up, which is interesting. So you're getting a business environment where competing automotive companies sign on for their competitors' concepts. Pizza Hut and then Uber also signed up for this. So it just shows you really, really how fast things happen. So if you see that spaza shop by December going around the neighborhood, then you know you've seen it here first. But there are unintended consequences of innovation, and here's one that I like using, just to show where we are in terms of your workforce, in terms of managing, whether it's your farm, whether it is your warehouse, all of this. This happened almost 2 years ago now, so this is really an accelerated one. These are two protests from delivery drivers in London, and so that's part of the huge trend in terms of food delivery, which I'll explain a little bit more later. But on the left you'll see drivers from Deliveroo, on the right you'll see Uber Eats drivers. So they were protesting almost in the same month, and the Financial Times described it perfectly. They said, This is one of London's first industrial disputes of its growing gig economy, so a lot of trend jargon there. They said that it was a very strange clash. They said, these are workers without a workplace. They are striking against a company that technically doesn't employ them, because all the drivers employees or they're partner drivers. And they're managed not by people, but by an algorithm that communicates to them through their smartphones and not face-to-face. And what the industrial dispute or these protests were about was an app update. So welcome to the 21st century version of an industrial dispute is when you change your algorithm and your entire workforce goes like crazy. So this is kind of the space we are in. But I'll take a step back for those of you who are struggling with digitization. So digital transformation has already, in the last decade, done one very specific thing. It has completely collapsed value chains. Think of the insurance industry, that middleman, the third-party intermediary that sells insurance, the insurance broker that sells products for different companies. That shouldn't happen in a digital era because there's no loyalty, brand loyalty to the mothership, all of that kind of thing. Think about the travel industry, the travel agent. That role has completely shifted. It's not obsolete, but it has to be fragmented and be very, very different. So I always ask people, where in the value chain do you sit, and what is technology doing to the function of your business? Because that is going to collapse really, really quickly. And this is what it did to the general consumer. So when I say you follow that consumer, so 3 new economies, for want of a better word, have been spawned in the last decade. So from left to right, the sharing economy. We are understanding that we don't need to own things to be able to use them. So ride sharing, digital mobility is the big buzzword in automotive industries, Airbnb and hospitality. You don't actually have to buy something. So the banks, insurance, all of those types of sectors are really worried about this because people are coming to a tipping point where they don't actually have to own it. And your young millennial customer understands this perfectly. In the middle is the big one that really affects retail and then specifically the entire value chain of produce and where you're going. People want it quickly, they want it seamlessly, they want it right now, and they want it delivered straight to them. And then the last one is also about the workforce. It's a rather intangible image, but it's about the gig economy. More and more, specifically a younger demographic, we're talking millennials, and then our focus at Flux is Gen Z, or teenagers who are coming of age. That is really where the big twist of the future is going to happen, not only in terms of consumers, but in terms of a workforce that's coming at you. So if I go back to our research in terms of the retail value chain, the one thing that's become very, very clear about the on-demand economy is that that last customer mile has been digitized and is on demand. So you might think if you're not in that last customer mile, well, we're quite safe. Not so, because if that demand becomes quicker and quicker and faster and faster and faster, then the supply chain has to adapt to that urgency and need. So Amazon, again, is trying to meet that customer halfway. So there's a lot of things in which they do it. A lot of the trends I show you, some of them will happen in South Africa, some of them I know South Africans are completely distrustful and they're going, that's never going to happen here, like this one. Which ones are working? Again, collaborations with automotive industries. You park your car somewhere and they deliver your groceries and they pop your boot open with PIN code and they just put your groceries in the back of the boot. They've got another radical one where you actually have a webcam at home and they pop your parcel inside the front door. That's never going to happen in South Africa. We're going to go, no. But you're getting very interesting click and collect types of concepts. So Walmart has done one, and I think for fresh produce that's an interesting one. Click and collect is I'm ordering online and then I want to collect from a depot or the supermarket. And they said, how do we tackle fresh produce? Because you can't click and collect fresh produce, but Walmart have done that. What they did was they invented a giant vending machine, which is the size of a house, and there are special lockers, and basically all you do is you go and you open up the PIN code, and your order of fresh produce is there, and it's kept refrigerated, and you take it home. But I want to just show you how delivery has completely evolved. So again, people say to me, well, you know, South Africa is different, or Africa is different. Sometimes there's no street addresses. How on earth are you going to deliver to a place that's got no street address? Well, we've just adopted what they do in India is you don't deliver to the place or the street address, you deliver to the person. And if you think about mobile communication, that's what cell phones have done. We very rarely now phone the place, you phone the person, so you go direct to it. So a very small company in Cape Town called OneDrop started doing this. You deliver to the geotag of your phone, and Macro bought that out last year, and they do the fishing groups and other e-commerce delivery, and this is how it works, and this is here in Cape Town. So my point is with that video is that even e-commerce or online shopping is still growing in South Africa, but what, in 2 years, it's already become too much of a schlep to actually wait for the parcel, so you'd rather have the parcel follow you and deliver to you. And that's what I mean about a changing value chain, that you have to keep adapting to. If the retailers are doing that and you supply the retailers, then somehow your way of supplying them has to change very, very radically. Within that, a lot of business models start pivoting, and that's what fascinates me, and that's what I lecture mostly upon in the business schools. So what you're seeing here again is this company Deliveroo, that's in the UK, but they've got so much venture capitalist funding for this concept that they're rolling it out globally this year. So it's the concept of dark or virtual kitchens. It means that food delivery has become so popular and so widespread globally that some people or restaurants or restaurateurs to be are saying, I don't actually even want to own a restaurant. Why should I have the overheads? Why should I have the staff issues? I just want to deliver food. So the concept of virtual kitchens or dark kitchens is growing. So what you see on the screen, the shipping containers, each different shipping containers represents a different cuisine that's being cooked. So it's a different supply chain. So Deliveroo said, well, we'll deliver restaurant food, but why can't we own more of that supply chain? So again, the collapse of the value chain that's coming about. So they will invite celebrity chefs, and they will cook different cuisines in a different shipping container. So one will cook Indian, one will cook Thai, one will cook Italian, and they will deliver that as well as that. And it's starting to, it's even here, about a year ago, someone in Johannesburg, some bank actually had the foresight to back this woman, Helen Koboko, and it's called Less African Cuisine, and she basically, her entire business model is a virtual kitchen in Joburg North here. So these are just some of the things that are starting to go up and up and up to show the food delivery. So you cook what's up as if you cook something and you pimp out your signature dish. There's Order Eats, there's Order In, there's Mr. D, it's just exploding. So if that's just that first wave, and that's a lot to take in just for a first wave of digitization, then wait for the second wave. Actually, don't even wait, it's starting to hit already. So I'll go quickly from clockwise. These are the four that I've identified that are really changing businesses. The first one is robotics and automation. We understand that those are coming. You hear a lot of talk about robots, but I'm going to show you what they actually do and how they function. The top right is big data and algorithms. This is becoming an essential tool in every business. From the data you get from as a farmer to the data you get as a supermarket owner for your end customer. How that customer thinks, how the customer operates, what that customer wants. That's why all of those Amazon Go things, which are as fun and spectacular as they are collecting data all the time so they can preempt what you want and what you want to have for supper that evening. Bottom right there is the Internet of Things, not the commercial Internet of Things at home where your fridge starts talking to your toaster and starts ordering the milk when it's out, but it's the industrial Internet of Things, which is very, very, very far advanced. And then the last one, which will take a little bit longer to hit, but it's really starting to make its impact. It's this parallel universe called the metaverse, augmented reality, virtual reality, and you're starting to see it come through in restaurants, in education, in training. A lot of that is happening. So let's start with robots. This is what's already in South Africa. So Pepper, I met Pepper about 2 years ago at a science fair in London. We did a fist bump. It was a bit surreal, but anyway, that's what you do with robots. But so everyone from the banks to Vodacom have said, okay, we're going to use Pepper. So it's a meet and greet robot. So for now, still a marketing gimmick, just for reputation. So because of course reputation is innovative, your customers are going to back off from you because you're not keeping up with the times. But when I say robots don't actually look like this, this is what e-commerce, warehousing and robotics actually looks like. And it's quite frightening. So I said quite frightening just because of the scale and sheer efficiency of it. I mean, you can just imagine how this just works beautifully. They said it's the size of a couple of football pitches as well. The other big disruption, which is going to completely rock the value chain, of course, is the automotive and how you deliver. So how to circumvent petrol hikes, all of those kind of things. The automotive industry understands there's not one but three disruptions coming their way. So one is electric, one is ride sharing, when people actually stop owning cars and you just use ride sharing services, and then the final one is when driverless cars come through. So we've heard a lot of the shock and horror stories of things, but we're starting to get to a place where we understand it's going to happen quite quickly. So even in Germany, so driverless cars are not going to go on the open road, but they will have one dedicated lane on the autobahn for driverless car, which makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of just passenger shuttle driverless cars, and just to reinforce that I don't show you stuff that's not going to happen in Africa or South Africa, in October, that's next month, we are testing 3 driverless shuttles in Durban waterfront, Cape Town waterfront, and just across the road here at the Innovation Hub in Pretoria, there will be driverless shuttles that will just take people, say, from a car park to a building or a building to a building. It started like that in Heathrow Airport, and that's where it's coming through, and so that is going to be here in South Africa next month. But this happened in 2016. If you haven't seen it, then this is when your heart leaps into your throat at one point of the video, and this is the future of transporting a lot of your produce from place to place.
I like to travel the country. That's one of the reasons drivers get into the industry. They want to see the country. It's a big, beautiful place.
Anheuser-Busch is the largest brewer in the United States. We ship over 1.2 million truckloads each year. We are always looking for new innovations in technology. Otto's trucks are the next area of transportation innovation.
The driver would still be involved with the pickup, loading the freight, making sure it's secure in the back of the vehicle. And then once you're on the interstate, one switch and it's driving itself down the road.
Well, optical is all about making a signal. It's like a train on software rails. And so when you will see a vehicle driving with nobody in it, you'll know that it's very likely to get into the
I proclaimed to one of the technicians, I said, I don't think I could have done that better myself. That was an interesting moment.
I wanted to show you this because it was about transportation, specifically freight and cross country. But I could show you another one that is actually an open cast mine in Australia where sort of 50-ton Pinchakicons are all going on an iron or open cast mining with no drivers in it, and the trains also completely driverless. And the manager who manages that mine in Australia manages the mine 1,500 kilometers away, and he's never visited that mine. So that's kind of the nature of where we're going with technology. So companies have to pivot. So I asked a lot of companies, so what other things can you do? You've got to, in this area, rethink your business model and say, this is not just what we do something else. So because the automotive company knows that all of these things are coming through, Toyota said about 2 years ago, we're going to pivot into personal robotics. And this is what they came out with last year. This is a little mini robot. It's called Kirobo Mini. I'm not sure if it's a he, she, or it, so I'll just say it. So it's a very clever strategic pivot, because if you follow the trends, Kirobo Mini is an IPA, an Intelligent Personal Assistant. So 2017 was the year of voice. If you have an iPhone, you might be speaking to Siri. I've got Google Home in my home, so I talk to my IPA every morning, ask about the weather, what's in my diary, check this radio station, what have you. But it's starting to go into retail, and I think this is an interesting one. I did a presentation for one of the big retailers, and I said, can you imagine, like Amazon, if you get into that ordering system, which means when people just order potatoes, it'll come directly into this. But this is a hands-free way of grocery shopping, or creating a grocery list using a visual IPA.
I think we're out of eggs. Alexa, show me my shopping list.
Here's your shopping list.
Alexa, add eggs.
Eggs added to your shopping list.
Alexa, scroll down. Alexa, remove bacon.
I've checked off bacon.
Alexa, go home.
And it is coming. So the first time I started speaking about IPAs about a year ago, a friend of mine said to some friends, do not come back from America, although small Google Home is available in South Africa already. Don't come back from America without one. And she remarked after a month or two of having it in her house, she said what is interesting is that her 3-4-year-old daughter is already speaking to the IPA. So that's before she's even going to school. She's learning and asking questions from that robot, basically. All right, so let me just switch tack a little bit and go to non-tech disruptions, because we always think about disruption as a technology disruption, but the previous panel alluded to this, about the changing ways of where consumers are going. So there's a really, really large move called the trends, and it is, for me, a huge opportunity for produce or for healthier living. The hashtag is free from, so people are doing free from lactose, free from gluten, that's why it's called the free from movement. But it has a lot of other applications. So there is a global rise to plant-based diets. And for me, this is one of the hugest opportunities for this sector here. The rise in vegetarianism, the rise in veganism is growing and growing and growing, and led by a younger demographic. And I go back to Gen Z, and that's the reason why I'm obsessed with Generation Z. So these are your teenagers. Any millennials in the room? Sorry for you, but every company is still obsessed with millennials. I say, move on, you've had your time in the sun. You should really be looking at Gen Z. Gen Z, I call them the real self-calibrating and game-changing generation. They are big on social justice. They are driving all of this. They're driving the next slide, a teetotalism trend. But if you even look at the supermarkets globally, especially in the UK, Tesco's, even their home-cooked frozen dishes that they are creating, they are now starting to cater to vegetarian or vegan diets. It is a very, very, very big movement, and you see it slowly come through into South Africa and the rest of Africa. But it gets quite confusing. So there's this also a non-alcoholic trend, and that's interesting because people think I did something for InBev, AB InBev, and they were saying, let's look at this younger generation, who eldest Gen Zs, and how do we sell them more beer? So that's going to be a bit of a problem because it's a two-problem challenge. So one is that they're drinking less alcohol, and secondly, it's not just the alcohol, but it's the sugar that's in the alcohol that is there. So you're just getting these waves and undercurrents of different consumer trends that are starting to just change the way in which people eat or what they eat. And just on that is, I've just written another column about ugly food. And I think ugly food is, and best before dates and sell-by dates, there's a huge campaign in the UK because the food agency for the UN says that 1.3 billion tons of food are just wasted and thrown away every year. That's a shocking amount of food when there's just hunger and food security issues all around. And it's because of best before dates or sell-by dates, people don't differentiate between the two, and restaurants, and we have been ingrained not to eat ugly food, deformed food. So you're getting a lot of new opportunities. There's a supermarket chain in the Netherlands. They basically collect from all of the supermarkets the food that is either discolored, bruised, or just getting out of date, and they have a restaurant that actually just makes food from the bruised fruit or that kind of fruit. Or you've got in companies that are juicing that, the fruit or vegetables that people don't want to have, or the restaurants don't want to have. So there's huge opportunities there, but it's really, if 2018 is the year of plastic, the food waste is going to be probably 2019. And how to influence it, be in a marketing environment, food travel or experience-driven travel is one of the easiest ways of marketing that. So everywhere I go in the world, I've done it twice, I don't generally stay in an Airbnb, but I book an Airbnb experience. It's hosted by a local in that city, and I'm a foodie, so I just eat all the time. So in Paris, I did a bike and bite tour. In Lisbon, I did a tour of the oldest part of the city, and basically you just go from place to place to place to place, and you just eat. But if you can get into that as part of the marketing leverage, then that's an easy one to be able to do. And then don't underestimate Gen Z, because if you think about it, anybody who's got teenagers in the room will know that they have actually been manipulating the family budget all the time. Who decides what you eat during the week? Who decides what tech you buy? Who actually puts the tech together? And who decides where you go on holiday is all driven by your teenagers and by Gen Z. And now that they are starting to come of age, they are going to, if you thought millennials were a difficult bunch, then Gen Z are much, much more hyper-aware of social justice, of sustainability, of brand values, and that, I think, is a really interesting one to keep on there. Which brings me to the new areas of possibility. So purpose in Gen Z is one of the highest things that they rate. They will not give you brand loyalty if you, as a company, do not reflect their value systems. If you're not sustainable, if you're not this, if you discriminate, if you all of those kind of things. Remember, this is social media generation. So I will share something of value to my peers, but whatever product that is part of that share has to represent my value system. I'm not going to give brand loyalty to something that I don't understand, and I sure as hell am not going to come and work for you if you're not vocal about those brand values and say, this is what we stand for. It's a very, very important one, and big corporate businesses are still only trying to get their heads around it, and I come across it almost on a daily basis, the underestimation of how important purpose and value systems really, really are. And this is a way of getting and targeting it there. There is globally, we have actually Donald Trump to thank for this, ironically, a huge surge of females going into politics and then also starting businesses. So you're starting to see, with all of these movements around the world, the Me Too movements, Black Lives Matter, all of those things, there's a fragmentation of causes which spills into business. So this is part of, we mentioned earlier that we've been looking at LSMs, and I think LSMs only take you so far. So this is from our recent New Urban Tribes report, where we look at demographics very differently. So your female entrepreneurs is something that we are, is coming up globally. nothing in South Africa, but I think you're starting to see it. And I think in one of my trend feeds yesterday, it's actually now, it was just broke yesterday, an angel fund, but specifically only for women or female business women. In America, and this is very prevalent for South Africa and Africa, is pro-black business as well. So it started with the Black Lives Matter movement in 2016. There's a rapper called Killer Mike, and he asked for all black people to actually take money out of major financial institutions and put it into black businesses to promote black businesses. And that resonates in South Africa here because you have a phenomenon about township investors. So we are trying to look at uplifting or getting rid of the stigma of being a township business and creating business people and entrepreneurs to do that. And I think therein lies a massive, massive opportunity again, specifically in terms of wholesale. When I speak to retailers, I say to them, we are missing one of the largest demographics that go under the radar, which is your township economy or your informal economy. So in South Africa, there are about 150,000 traditional or informal outlets, which include spaza shops. That accounts for 20 to 23% of that retail pie, which just goes under the radar. And that's estimated at 71 billion rands worth of sales. It's just something that is bypassed all the major retailers. We're not looking at that. But when we say, okay, we're dealing with township economy, do not underestimate the tech in that. So there are already a host of apps that put wholesalers together with township or informal traders. There's something called the Voleka app, there's a SPAS app, there's something called the last round of BOP, bottom of the pyramid. But these are all phone apps that put wholesalers in touch with traders in the informal sector and are doing huge, huge business. And we talked again, colleagues from Zambia, this one's from East Africa. This is another digital platform. It's called Tukuzi. It's in Kenya, and it's Swahili for Let's Grow Together, and enables for farmers to buy and sell and receive payments. So in a digitized era, the opportunity is not just trading with a farmer or trading with or giving opportunities maybe to a rural farmer, but it is creating that entire enabling environment. You don't just look at it in one facet and say, okay, we're going to help you with this and we'll just get your produce to market. But how do you get that produce to market? What are the payment systems? What are the things? It's all digitized, and this kind of app does it. And then I'm just going to end off on just some smart integrated farming. I did a talk in Namibia, and some of the robotics didn't really reach the audience. But if you know businessmen or business people in Windhoek, you'll know that a lot of them are part-time farmers as well, due to historical issues. And suddenly, when I mentioned smart farming and drone farming, the whole room suddenly woke up, and because what happens is this people work in Windhoek through Monday to Friday, and then they have to travel huge distances to their farms to manage their farms on the weekends. And suddenly drone farming and all of that with precision agriculture started making sense. And again, in East Africa, you've got soil analysis apps that are coming through just to help farmers make sure that productivity and the yield just becomes better and better and better, just assessing all of the quality of the soil and helping people to farm better and farm smarter. And Jacob mentioned this in the previous one, is just that value chain is collapsing and collapsing and collapsing. So you're starting to see, mostly in developed countries, but they are bringing the farm right into the store. Not only vertical farming, but people want to not only have the freshest produce, but they actually almost want to see it growing and then harvest it themselves, and to do that. So, Jacob showed you the hydroponic farming on the rooftops in Joburg. I went on a rather fascinating innovation tour of New York about 2 years ago, and the week ended off at an old Navy warehouse, and I was introduced to these guys, the Brooklyn Grange urban farmers, and this is where they're using different rooftop space.
We're standing here at Yard location. This might be the most unlikely place for a farm to sprout, but in a city as densely populated as New York, we found our space to farm on a roof.
We started the business in 2010 on a 1 acre or 43,000 square foot rooftop in Long Island City. 2 years later, we expanded to right here where we're standing in the Brooklyn Navy Yard, which is 65,000 square feet. So we have 2.5 acres under cultivation.
We grow beautiful tomatoes, peppers, salad greens, and arugula, and the most flavorful herbs I've ever tasted.
When we first devised the idea, we actually did investigate a lot of ground level. And what we quickly realized was that land is even more elusive at ground level because of the potential of development on it. So we continued looking at all these roofs and realized that there were some huge roofs in the city that are completely underutilized and are essentially just absorbing sunlight and heating up the building below it and contributing to the urban heat island effect. So it's a combination of sort of several different variables that make it logical to activate some of these large roofs and create a business, an operation, an entity that pays rent, and also a vegetable growing operation.
Our original business plan had us farming 7 rooftops in our first 5 years. We quickly realized that that would be a lot to take on. We were able to exceed our revenue projections for that 5-year mark by really thinking outside the farming box. And what our business has evolved into is a really diverse organization that offers not just fresh produce for sale, but also all different kinds of events, from compost workshops to weddings to corporate product launches, as well as design and installation services.
So what's interesting about this, and I want to leave you with one quote while you digest what's on the screen there. What is interesting, I actually met that lady that was chatting there, and she said one of the things that stuck in my head was that they were competing with obviously large farms that were in a period they couldn't compete on that basis. But the fragmentation of their services was interesting. So as you saw there, they host weddings because it's a really picturesque thing on the rooftop. So instead of going through that fantastic garden, the bride walks through cabbages and fresh herbs. They've got composting things. A lot of schools bring people to learn. But the one thing they said was really clever. They said there's so many high-end restaurants in New York. So if you are a rooftop farm in the middle of the city, what they did was micro herbs. There's little just the shoots of whether it's broccoli or whatever. There's little sprigs which only take a couple of weeks to grow, snip, and then sell it off to the restaurants and the chefs for a huge thing. And they also rent some of the land out for different chefs of different restaurants to grow specific things that nobody else grows there. So my message really is about fragmentation of services, of thinking differently. And I just wanted to leave you with this, is that it is really in a disruptive area. It's not about what's going to get lost, and I think it's more about rather thinking proactively and just being reactive to whatever the disruption that is about to hit you, and it will hit you if you don't react to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dion. Just to link up to that last quote that you showed there, the Nokia CEO when the company basically collapsed, he stated, we lost but we didn't do anything wrong. So that also makes you think about, not taking account of these trends. We're running out of time. You can see, so I'm just going to ask one quick question. It's not necessarily related to what you've shown us here, but what you've shown us made me think is 2 things. If you have all of this robotics, all of this automation, and it's going to take place in agriculture as well, the first question is, what's going to happen to people's jobs? And the second thing is, if you are talking a displacement of jobs, how do we reskill people, and what reskilling is needed? And this Gen X or Gen Z that we're referring to, what skills do we actually teach them to fit into this changing environment?
Okay, that's one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, so what's going to happen to our jobs when the machines or algorithms take over? And I say it's not when, because they already are. There's a parallel conversation that you have all the time when you talk about the fourth industrial revolution and robotics is the displacement economy. So essentially what you're starting to see happen in every industry is that when the machines do take over, there's displacement of skills into more of the service industry, which is why I was so adamant in saying you've got to start thinking about fragmentation of services. So don't just think about, okay, we farm or we're a retailer or this is what we sell. It's got to be a broader thing than that. And if you think about being broader, so in many cases, my big worry is, so for example, an industry like mining, where automation is a no-brainer. You don't send a human 2 kilometers underground. It's better to send that safer to send a machine there. But those workers do not have the technical skills to be displaced. And that's a really, really big problem. So in one of the classes I did with guys from Zambia, from a mine, they said they had automated the mine to such an extent that when something went wrong, they couldn't find anybody in Zambia to maintain the mine. So they had to import 2 guys at a huge cost from New Zealand to actually live on the mine to be able to do that. So I spoke at a CSI conference. So this is a bit of a radical concept, but bear with me because I think it is looking at businesses really holistically, and if you look at that, the purpose about what you do and the value systems that you do, I'm saying to big corporates now, your CSI policy, and especially in South Africa and the rest of Africa, we have to look after communities outside of businesses, but your new CSI policy is actually constant upskilling internally. So you not only get the benefit of upskilling your internal staff so that you get the best new technologies, you get the most up-to-date kind of skill set within your company, but if and when they get displaced by a robot or an algorithm, they have a fighting chance to find a job elsewhere. And I think it is now the employee's responsibility to be able to enable that displacement as well. To the kids, my second most frequently asked question is, what does my kids learn? The short answer is unlearn the schooling system that we have got now. It is completely an obsolete way of learning for the digital future of the 21st century. It is completely the wrong way we have to learn. So it's learning by video. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you listening to us, and hopefully we got some new insights. So maybe just give them the presenters another report.
Thank you so much.